real French kiss?
You know what? I do, but
Yes.
it's like I do. The only thing is that I don't, I'm single and I've been single for a while and I just started going out like in the market, in the dating market, but I will not kiss on the first date at all, only because
No,
I I don't know if the person's going to be there or not. So I rather not kiss on the first dates, but I do
that's
French kiss.
clever.
I
I
love
think
it.
that's clever. I think that's
Yeah.
clever. I think that's clever. And you're so beautiful. I'm sure they're in a queue for you.
Oh, thank you.
And then I would love to hear about your first love in 3 words.
Oh my goodness, my first love in 3 words. You know, I don't know that I've been like completely in love because
Oh,
I've always maintained myself where I would always see my friends in high school. When I
yeah.
was in school, like I would always see my friends, they would completely fall in love with these guys. And when the guys would break up with them, they were so devastated. They didn't want to go on. And it continued on with like my adulthood with friends, seeing them dating guys and the guys would break up. And the same thing, it's like they were heartbroken, they were crying, they didn't want to do anything. They were just completely a mess. And I just vowed to myself that I would never, ever, ever do that. So whenever I'm in a relationship, I only give the man like 85% of my heart, like 90 at the most. So if that
Mhm.
should happen where, you know, something happens where he breaks up with me or I break up with him, I will not be in that moment where I'm so devastated that I'm going to lose myself and not do anything. And that's what I've done.
But it can happen now. You never know. It can
Well,
suddenly happen now.
I know, like now I'm open to it. I think now that I'm older and I'm 51, I'm going to be 52. I'm open to it now. I think I'm open to like allow myself to um just try new things and try things that don't feel comfortable. So I'm there now where I just want to be open-minded about everything.
Well, he's going to be a very lucky person. That's going to
Oh,
be a
thank
very lucky
you.
person.
Thank you.
And then, how important do you feel music is in a relationship in general?
I think it's very important, because it's like music. It's something that you feel in your soul. It's part of life, and for me, I know that music has a lot of things to do with me. Like for example, if I'm working out, I have a special playlist for working out because it takes me to that space where I need to motivate and work hard. And the same thing with, I have a playlist, also like a bedroom playlist. So I have a playlist for different things. So I think it's very important. And I do ask when I do go on dates, I do ask them what type of music do they like, because if they really are into like heavy metal music and nothing more, it's only that, then automatically for me, it's a no, because I just cannot get into heavy, heavy metal. But I think it's
That's
important.
interesting, actually, isn't it? That it's important. Music is important in any relationship, either with friends or with, lovers or whatever. It's interesting that you rather have, spending time with someone with the same taste. It's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. And how important do you feel dance is in relation to people?
Uh, you mean like dumb as in dumb?
Dancing, like
Oh,
dancing,
dancing? Oh,
dancing.
no. You know, um, I'm not a huge dancer. Like I like to
No,
dance, but I'm not a huge dancer where I have to go dancing constantly. So it's not, I can take it or leave it. So if the man says I'm not a dancer, I'm good with it. If he says I'm a huge dancer, then again, that would be something for me to step out of my comfort zone and try something new where I'm gonna start dancing a lot.
okay. I love that. I love that. And then I would love, of course, we all would love to hear how it all started. Because as I know you from LA, you
Yeah.
are producing in radios. We even had an interview together. So I would love to hear how you got into the radio and the music industry in general like that?
I just kind of fell into it. I've always wanted to do radio. And it wasn't until after my divorce, with my husband, who's the father of my kids, I decided to start going into that, exploring radio. And there was an opening to be an internship, to just be an intern at a radio station. And I did it. And I just worked my way up, from being, I guess, kind of like an assistant. I started, doing like paperwork and getting involved in like the shows and kind of helping out, and then like maybe answering phone calls. Then there was an opening in operating the board, and I took
Yeah.
that, and from there it just kind of grew to becoming, an executive producer. I started pitching ideas, to the program director with creating shows, and producing them. And I was lucky enough that they all became successful. I had a lot of shows that it started off at just 1 hour a day, like a week, where they branched out to an hour every single day, because all of a sudden, XM Satellite wanted more of those shows. So they became pretty successful. And then I was also the first person who, when Sirius XM decided that they wanted to dabble into the Spanish market, the Latin market, I was the one that they came to, and they asked if I would produce a morning show for them. And I decided to, they said, do it however you want to do it, create it, you tell us what you want to do. So it became a 3-hour show, and it was 5 days a week. And I'm going to say, like, that was not easy for me. It was really hard because I've never done Spanish shows at all. And even though Spanish is my first language and I speak Spanish, I know it well. It's really hard, from having to speak Spanish, and like the market is so different, because it's very different from like the interviews, what you talk about. That was kind of a challenge for me, but I've obviously, like, was able to do it. And it was really, so that's how I got into it. So it just kind of just happened, and then when I interviewed you, I think we're at Dash Radio, right?
Yes, that was Dash
Yeah.
Radio.
So then, when I was still at Sirius XM, Dash Radio wanted us to they wanted me to come and, have a show with them, but they also wanted me to be part of the talent. So not only just like producing, creating, but they wanted me to be part of the talent. So then that's how that became, where it was me and one of the girls from XM Satellite. Then she kind of dropped off the show, and it was just me doing the show on my own, where I would create it, produce it, develop the show. And so that's how it was. And I love radio. I really like radio a lot. And I've been thinking lately of starting a show on dating, especially dating at like 50, in like 50s.
I love that. I love that. You should.
Yes, I want to do it because I want to do it because there's a lot of things that I've have realized, and I'm learning with a lot of men, especially older men, that it's like I go on dates. I've noticed that a lot of them, some are looking for a permanent relationship, and some are not. Some say they are, but they just want to have fun and go out. And I'm not in the place right now where I just want to have fun and go out. I want to do that with my mate, my permanent mate. I don't want to just date around and just have fun. So it's kind of interesting, because it's one of those things where, for me, if I go on a date, I know for sure if there's after the second date, I know if I'm gonna nix it or continue, or if it's just gonna become like a one hit wonder. I call them like just one date and that's it.
You kind of know what questions to ask him and stuff, or you kind of suss him out. Usually that is a good knowledge for other women out there to know.
When I go out to dinner with them, like we usually go to dinner, like I always try to tell them, let's do coffee, so they don't spend money, but they insist on dinner. So we do dinner, and I usually it ends up being a 3-hour meeting at the restaurant, only because I'm very into asking them a lot of questions. And it's important for me to watch like their body demeanor and how they respond. And I like eye contact, because for me, it's like that tells me if they are serious or they're just kind of not sure about what they're telling me. So I kind of go
But I
from,
agree, it's like the mirror of the mirror of the soul, you know?
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So I go into asking them the questions about their family, their children, their career, also what they'd like to do for fun, what they're looking for in a mate. So I kind of explore different questions because for me, that's going to tell me if that person's for me, if I want to do a second date, or if that's just it because I realize there's nothing more. And the interesting about this is I'm going to tell you the story. There's this one person I went on a date, and I don't know why men do this. There is this one, there's a couple of guys that I've had. By the way, I'm on a site, but I'm not going to say which one. But, it's like there is this one, there's like a couple of guys now that they reached out to me to go on a date. And when I first kind of like was talking to them, I kind of felt like, I don't know about this guy. Like I kind of got like this bi vibe. They were either
Yeah.
bisexual or gay. But then they were insisting. I was like, okay, let's go to dinner. So we went out to dinner. One of them, I was like, oh no, this guy's got to be gay. It's just like, I don't know. I can't explain what it is. It's just something about them that I just feel it. And what confirmed it was he started to say to me, oh, by the way, I just need you to know that I like going to nude beaches. And then he further like mentioned to me that one of his female friends didn't believe that he was there. So then he said he took a picture of a nude person without them knowing. And at first I thought probably a female, right? And then he was, do you mind? He goes, I'm gonna show it to you. I was like, no, go ahead. Because at this point, I'm like, I'm not into this man. Like, I can't wait for this dinner to be over. And he shows me the video he took. Tell me why it's a video of a man naked and you could just see, and it's like it's so like his thing is just like going up and down. And I'm like, okay, first of all, yes, you're gay because no man would have a video of another man, correct?
No. And also, to do that, it's illegal, no?
Yes, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to, but it's like that just confirmed. I was like, no. So I think he wanted me to be his what is it? Yeah.
Not the good. No, but that's the thing, isn't it? When you start putting yourself out there, you don't know who you meet. So you have to be careful. Yes, you have to be careful. Yeah, no, you have to be. You have to be. And then I would love to hear how music make you feel.
Music makes me feel, it depends. Like when I'm on my way to work, I'm energized. I like energy music. So it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel great. It motivates me. And there's certain type of musics that I use when I'm feeling like very sexy, very passionate, very sexual. And I play that kind of music. And then I just kind of, because I'm huge on like doing a lot of videos. Like I do videos that I post and I like lip sync. And it depends. So if I'm feeling sexy, then I have a sexy music on that kind of brings that out even more. And the same thing for, being like feeling alive. But music speaks to my soul, it's like, it depends how I feel that day. Sometimes, if I wake up in the morning and I'm kind of feeling a little, not 100%, where you're just a little bit like in a funk kind of.
After the weather, like me.
Yeah. Then I'll play something along that line where it's more like a romantic instead of like, indulging in like that funkiness. It'll just be more like slow romantic where it's, it'll be okay for my ears to hear.
the slow dance mood,
Yes.
To also embrace oneself. But also I love the fact with the sensuality, because I think, as women and as middle-aged women, we should still feel sexy and embrace the sensuality and the fun and, all these things. And I love that. I think that's such an important point. For all women out there, we are all beautiful. It doesn't matter. Yes. We are all beautiful and sexy.
I agree. I agree. It's like embracing your body, how you are. Like there's no way of like there's not a certain type of person or body that you need to have. And it's the same thing that I really encouraged my daughter. Like ever since she was little, I've always told her every day, like every day I tell her, you're so beautiful, you're so pretty. And I tell her I love your nose. And I just go details of like her face, you know, the things that I love about her, which is everything. And I've noticed that now she's 17, she just graduated from high school. And I noticed that growing up, the way I would always compliment her and I would make her feel that, you know, she was beautiful every day.
Mm,
She,
so
at the point in her
important.
life, yeah, she's at the point in her life where she embraces her body. She's not
Mm,
into like, oh, my body has to look a certain way, because she's not thin like I am. Like she's more of a, like she's got like bigger hips and like a smaller waist, you know. So she's,
wonderful.
yeah. And I like the fact that she's not in her mind like, oh, I have to look like this person, you know, whatever the world is embracing and idolizing, making it seem like this is the kind of body you should have. I'm happy to see that she's not in that. She's very comfortable. She doesn't wear makeup right now. She, you know, however she is, she's comfortable in her skin. And I really, really like that. And to this date, I still always, every day, tell her how beautiful she is. And I'm always, you know, like hugging on her. And I think that's important.
Oh, that's again such a great message to all moms out there. You know, tell your daughters that they are beautiful every day, because they are. You know, and
Yes.
as you say, everyone has their special beauty, and that's what's important. And I agree with you with social media, with what's fashionable to look like, and all this plastic surgery and all these things.
Mhm.
It's very scary for the young girls and women out there. So yes, as mom, as moms, I think that is, we are obliged to do that. Honestly, tell your daughters every day how beautiful they are. I love that you do that. I think that is very lovely, very very lovely.
Thank you. And then, you know, as an example for her, it's like I've never done any plastic surgery and I don't ever plan on doing it. I mean,
No,
as far as I go, the only thing that my daughter knows that I will do every now and then is I'll do like Botox for my feet's grow, you know, and I do that like maybe once a year, you know, but so it's not so much. It's not something that's like crazy, you know, so
no.
she sees it's like just tweaking a little, but not anything crazy on my body.
Oh, it was so lovely to see you.
It was very nice. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
I know. Oh God. So I have to come over to LA very soon again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do. And I have to take you to these sushi places that my daughter and I have been exploring. We've been exploring different restaurants every time we go to dinner. It's like we find a new place that we want to go to.
Yeah, no, that'd be amazing. I would love, love, love that.
Yes.
And I can't wait then for your radio program of dating. I think that's a fantastic idea.
I
Definitely,
will
you
let you
have to do
know.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
And have a lovely day, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You too. All right.
Bye.
Bye.